Going on, guys? We're here with Coach Stotts from Borden. Coach, thanks for coming along to talk for us.
Sure thing.
2026 Borden baseball. You guys had a solid year last year. I think you had 18 wins. You bring back some guys. You went to semi-state in 2021. Is that right? 2021. So just talk to me a little bit about the guys you're bringing back. I know you got Will Bobe coming back, Jaden Gardner. Just talk to me about some of your top returners.
Well, you mentioned two of them. Michael McVoy, who was he was All-State honorable mention for 1A at first base. Those guys are obviously going to be big parts of the puzzle for us. Gardner, Bobe, McVoy. Michael McVoy, the younger brother, also starts for us. Jimmy McVoy. He was a freshman last year. He'll be coming back as a sophomore. We got some guys that we didn't really get to mix in too much last year that are probably going to get more of a starring role this time. But we have Wyatt Martell, who had some experience late, that came in and did a nice job for us as a freshman. I'm really looking forward to seeing him on the mound. He's left-handed, tall kid. We have Jack Burke, who's a senior. He ended up leading us in stolen bases last year. Hopefully we'll be able to get him involved. Cole Harden is a junior. He pitched. I think he had the third most appearances for us last year. Sometimes struggled, but he was able to get some wins for us on the mound, and he may get a chance to showcase more. AJ Eversman is a junior this year. He played a little bit for us in the second half of the season. He'll be coming back. He may get a chance to start. KJ Simmons was our everyday center fielder. He'll be a junior this year, and I think he's probably going to factor in pretty prominently for us. Brady Piney, he played second base for us all year last year. He may be moving over to the other side of the base, and he threw a lot of innings for us. Let's see here, who else we got? Joseph Simpson's a sophomore. He didn't get to play much last year, but we're hoping that he might get a chance to factor in. And then Garrett Goldenshoe was big for us too. He came in as a freshman last year. He's grown quite a bit. We're really excited about him. He's got great hands. He did a great job for us last year. Kind of unexpected, but he was good for us. And Wyatt Jones also started quite a bit for us last year. He's a sophomore this year, so we had a pretty good mix last year of freshmen and sophomores, and now we're seeing all that translate to a lot of sophomores and juniors.
Gotcha. That's awesome, Coach. So going to, like we talked about, semi-state 5 years ago, you guys are always in and around our rankings. What are the keys kind of to success? Like, it sounds like you're bringing back a lot of pitching. What are your keys to success to kind of get where you guys want to go?
Well, obviously that's number one. I mean, in the years where we have been really good, our pitching has been really good for a 1A program to have the number of arms that we've had that have been talented. Because when we're playing 4As and whatnot, in the middle of the week or whatever, those guys that are R3 or 4, if they're not solid, then we have a hard time in those non-conference games and those kinds of things. And in the years where we've been able to post 20 wins and such, those guys were good for us. We're bringing a lot of pitching back. We did lose a substantial amount, but with Xander Keith graduated last year, and he was probably our number 2, and then Garrett Schmidt, who was great for us. But we're bringing so many kids back who've had a lot of innings that hopefully they've progressed, and we're going to be. We may not have as many marquee guys, but hopefully the depth of talent will be stronger.
Yep.
So more.
Yeah. So just kind of, you're talking about playing those 3, 4A. How important do you think that is to play those 3, 4A programs during the year? How do you think that helps you when sectional time comes around?
I love it. I mean, the schedule really can't be too hard for us. I've always believed in that, and I think it's important. I think it pays dividends for us. We've had a lot of success post-COVID, especially. And so we play in our area, the bigger schools, as many of them as we can get on the schedule. And of course, for a lot of them, there are some times where that 4 and 5 don't stack up too well with their guy, and so we might get it put on us pretty good in some of those games. Some of the 4As might not be as interested in playing us, but for those that do, we try to make it competitive, and we take a few here and there.
Yep.
But I think it's essential, to build the grit and this, that kind of moxie that you need come tournament time. Where it is tough, it is going to be tough when you're facing a school that has maybe 6 times the school population we have. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and it's only going to help you come tournament time.
I agree 100%. It helps our pitchers and it helps our hitters especially.
Yeah. One last thing I was going to ask you, Coach. When somebody comes to watch Borden, what do you want them to leave? What do you want to be the main takeaway from watching your program and watching your team?
Well, believe it or not, and partly because I've got a lot of, I have some gray hair. I've lost some of it, but I used to have a lot. I would hope that they're impressed by the way our kids handle themselves. That as I've gotten older, that has become so important because most of these kids, 99% of these kids, are going to be, whatever, carpenters, lawyers, whatever, work in a factory. But I hope more than anything else, they're good men. They're husbands and their fathers, and they are good men that contribute to their community that people are proud to know. And so my number one takeaway would be that those kids, they handle themselves well in all situations, good or bad. And people say, you know what, class act. That means more to me than any win.
Yep, you can learn a lot of life lessons from baseball, not just having to swing a bat or field the ball. So thanks for coming on with us, Coach.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
Good luck in the season.
Thank you.